say this. If a man wants to break up, he will be in shock. So today, let's talk about breakups, how to properly go through this moment, avoid making mistakes, and not hurt each other. So let's first talk about, in fact, the mistakes that women make when a man talks about breaking up. And the first is hysteria, pleading, accusation. That is, destructive emotions that a woman cannot control. She may cry, she may break dishes in front of him, she may scream, she may behave in various ways, but none of this will lead to anything good. And in fact, this mistake only pushes him away. In other words, you will make things even worse. There are situations when a man also makes a decision based on emotions. That is, he might be thinking right now that he has made a final decision. Such actions undoubtedly make a man not doubt his decisions, and here the desire to leave intensifies. And you fall into hysteria, into shouting. You try to insult him in some way or talk about something negative. The man understands that he has made the only right decision. Next, the following mistake is manipulation and blackmail. A woman may cry, say that she will do something to herself if he leaves, and so on. In other words, any manipulations where she threatens to deprive him of something, take something away, and so forth. This all, once again, is very off-putting and portrays the woman in an even, worse light. The moment a man decides to break up is not actually solely your fault. That is, two people are involved in a relationship, and if the relationship is not working out, then the blame lies with both individuals. In moments when you behave this way, for example, when you manipulate, blackmail, or are in a hysterical state, the man thinks that everything that happened in the relationship and the moment of decision-making is his fault, meaning that you led to this outcome in the relationship, and he no longer doubts that he made the only right decision. What is better to do here? Accept his decision. At the moment he expresses it to you, accept it. It's his decision, and he has the right to make it, and do not threaten. Under no circumstances should you threaten to do something to yourself, to him, to his future partner, and so on. This is destruction. You can't build anything good from a state of threats. A man will not stay with a woman under threats, and the relationship will only deteriorate further. The desire to convince a man that a woman will change. This means begging and asking for forgiveness, saying things like, I will do this and that, I will change, I won't say this and that anymore, I will do things the way you want, and so on. In the moment, a woman may not want to believe that this situation is happening to her, and she is willing to accept anything at that moment. But again, this is a mistake that may convince a man. Stay only out of pity, and then he'll behave in the relationship significantly worse than he did before. What needs to be done here? Still, focus on yourself. If you realize that you are struggling and it's hard for you, concentrate on yourself, experience your emotions, and allow yourself to be in this difficult state. Allow yourself this. Allow yourself to experience the feelings that have overwhelmed you right now. Reach out for support, such as from loved ones. Try to go through this moment with dignity for yourself, so that you won't feel ashamed later, in front of yourself, and so that you won't regret treating yourself this way. Perhaps, at certain moments, you may have betrayed yourself, therefore. Respect his decision. Accept his choice. Focus on your feelings, thoughts, and emotions, and allow yourself to go through this difficult phase, without resorting to manipulation, blackmail, pressure, and so on. Next, decline in self-esteem. At the moment a man leaves a woman, she begins to think that she is a bad person. There's something wrong with me, something I'm doing wrong. Maybe I don't look right. Maybe he found someone beautiful. Maybe he found someone smart, and so on. Of course, this is a blow to self-esteem. When a man decides to break up, it is always painful, and a woman often gets caught up in the moment, thinking that she is not good enough in some way, which leads her to believe she is bad. At that moment, her self-esteem crumbles. And here you must understand and accept the fact that you are worthy, just as you are right now, of love, understanding, and adoration for everything you desire. You are inherently deserving of everything you dream of, simply by right of your birth. It's just that perhaps the person who is by your side, who is with you, is not the right person for you. Maybe they did not appreciate you. The set of qualities you possess may not align with what he prioritizes, but someone else dreams of exactly you. Therefore, you shouldn't think that you are somehow inadequate or that something is wrong with you. It's just that in relationships involving two people, those two individuals were unable to build a harmonious and happy relationship. Something went wrong. Next, look for someone to blame. This is a huge mistake when the emotional statements like he's to blame, I'm to blame, and so on start to arise. Again, both are to blame for the breakdown of the relationship, in equal proportions, so to speak, because one person held back on something while the other did not say anything. Or the opposite. One person expressed their opinion while the other didn't convey their point of view. One got offended and did not want to talk about grievances. And many things can build up like a snowball, leading to a breakup. The inability of people to communicate in a relationship. The inability to make decisions that would satisfy both parties. For example, the inability to do something for the relationship often destroys it. This does not mean that the responsibility for the relationship lies with one person. Both partners are involved in the relationship. So don't even think about blaming yourself or your partner as if it's all their fault. This is a mistake you both made, and this fact needs to be accepted. Think about your future. Just think about what you will not allow in the future. Be grateful for the experiences you have lived through. After all, for you, these may be invaluable lessons. And perhaps now you know how you should not be treated and how you want to be treated. You may now have a clearer idea of what kind of man should be by your side and what you will no longer tolerate in a relationship. Thank the man who is leaving for the precious lessons he has taught you. You have become stronger, wiser, and even better. So you can thank the person who is with you right now for that. What can you say to a man to shock him when you say that phrase about breaking up? And first, I will always remember with warmth and gratitude. You taught me a lot, and I appreciate this experience. Your relationship is an experience. You learned something. You both learned something in the relationship. So be grateful for the experience you shared together. There must have been many wonderful things. And surely there were many beautiful moments. There were, for example, difficulties, but there were also beautiful moments, just like in any relationship. So be grateful for the wonderful moments that were shared.
Стакан всегда либо наполовину полон, либо наполовину пуст. Вам выбирать. Вам выбирать, как выходить из этих отношений и как вы себя будете чувствовать после того, как расставание случилось. Так вот, пожелайте всего хорошему своему мужчине хотя бы за те прекрасные моменты, которые были в ваших отношениях. Дальше, что еще можно сказать, это «я уважаю твое решение». Это решение, принятое мужчиной. Он хотел, он чувствовал, он проживал эти эмоции, он принял решение. И его решение необходимо уважать. Мы просто разные люди, и наши пути разошлись. Если вы говорите мужчине о том, что вы его не вините, а ситуация такова, что вы просто разные, и в какой-то момент жизнь вас развела по разным путям и разным дорогам, это опять-таки помогает экологично завершить отношения без еще больших негативных эмоций и ссор. Дальше. Я желаю тебе всего самого наилучшего в твоей жизни. Будь счастлив. Пожелание добра и любви – это опять-таки говорит о силе человека и о его мудрости, о его душевной силе. Если вы любите человека, отпустите, пожелайте ему всего самого прекрасного. Возможно, мужчина, например, делает сейчас ошибку, и ему нужно время, и он через какое-то время поймет, какую ошибку он совершил. Возможно, он никогда и не вернется, но даже, например, ваш разрыв останется в памяти не чем-то таким сложным, больным, а именно моментом, который завершился как определенный опыт. На самом деле, спокойные, уравновешенные фразы не оставляют места манипуляциям, шантажу, обвинениям и так далее. Все, что бы вы ни сказали в моменте расставания негативного, может с вами сделать, скажем, только злую шутку, сделать вам еще больнее, сделать вам еще хуже, принести еще какие-то негативные эмоции, но всегда лучше пожелать добра, ведь человек что излучает, то и получает в конечном итоге. Поэтому примите выбор человека с достоинством, уважайте его выбор и пожелайте ему всего хорошего, хотя бы за те прекрасные моменты, которые были в ваших отношениях. По данному видео у меня все. С вами была я, Алиса Вардомская. Надеюсь на ваши лайки и подписки. Пишите в комментариях, что бы вы хотели обсудить в моих новых видео. Не забывайте жать на колокольчик. И всем пока!